Hey everyone, welcome to Melody and Music Series 2, Episode 2. Today we are joined by the amazing Samuel Ashton.
Hello there. How you doing?
Um, Samuel, do you want to sort of give a bit about yourself, just so everyone knows who you are?
Yeah, my name's Samuel Ashton. I'm a original singer-songwriter. I do My music is influenced by soul and blues music, both old and new, and there's a touch of Americana there. I have a full six-piece band called The Instincts, and we play regularly throughout the UK, based in London and Kent, and you can see us in various locations throughout the country.
Nice. So we'll go through a bit of a general style questions to sort of find out about you as a person. And then we'll sort of work our way through and find out about more about Samuel as a brand and as an artist, and then we'll get onto music. So the first one is what was or is your favorite song that you've written to date so far?
I don't really do favorites, to be honest with you, so it's always difficult in these interview questions when people ask you about favorite songs and things.
Mm,
Um, but yeah, the most successful song that a lot of people have connected with so far is a song called Breathe Easy.
okay.
Shares the message that the breath is our secret weapon, and whatever we're going through in life, whether you're going through hard times or you're having a little bit too much fun, if you use the breath as your secret weapon and fill your body full of oxygen, there's nothing that you can't.
Mm, nice. That's a good message.
Yeah. A
So
new song on the, I'm recording a new album at the moment, and one of the songs on there is a particular favorite, which again has like a positive message, which is that we're all just angels waiting for our wings, and we're waiting for an opportunity to lend somebody a hand when they're in need. That doesn't mean that we have to be angels for the rest of our life. Even if we're angels for a day, we can make a difference.
oh, nice.
It's
That's a
called
really good message.
Life.
I love the message.
Cool.
So I know you said you don't do favorites, but you do a lot of performing.
Yeah.
As you said, you people can find you all across England. Um, do you have a song? Maybe it's not a favorite, but do you have a song that you really like performing that you find gets the crowd sort of up and enjoying your music?
Uh, I pretty much enjoy every song that I perform because otherwise there's no point to perform them. But um, yeah, we end the set usually with a song of mine called Blind Mary, which goes off on there's a big harmonica solo and all the band members get full into what they're playing. So that's probably the most crowd moving song that we perform, Blind Mary, which actually I got inspired by from where I live, because I live on a road called Silver Street, which is mentioned in the second verse. But if you go up Silver Street, it leads to a road called Blind Mary's Lane. And
Oh,
I just thought that was such a cool name for a road that I decided to use it as a song, inspired for a song. Yeah.
oh, nice. Yeah, it's always quite nice when musicians chuck a nice little location in their music because
Yeah, yeah. You never know
um,
if the wheels of fortune changed and I became the biggest star in the world, then people would all start visiting this little village in the middle of nowhere because that's where he wrote the song from.
yeah. Yeah, that's quite a quite a nice little Easter egg for anyone. Like when you make it big, you can people can just go and visit
Yeah,
Blind Mary's Lane.
yeah. And there's literally nothing on the lane at all. It's just like a farmer's little road, and I live here on Silver Street.
Nice. I mean, it's the same with Penny Lane, isn't it? I'm sure there wasn't many people wanting to just go and explore Penny Lane. All of a sudden, Beatles write a song about it, they become huge. All of a sudden, everyone's wanting to visit Penny Lane.
Yeah,
Um, so more about you as a person, Samuel. Who inspired you to make music? Because I've had a few people come on and say, "Oh, it's my brother. Oh, it's my teacher. Oh, it's my parents growing up." Is there anyone in your life that sort of not maybe not pushed you towards music, but you kind of was like, "Oh yeah, something I want to do."
well, certainly both my parents filled my life with music of all sorts, and I was surrounded by music growing up. But I think initially, when I started making music or playing around with music, it was like a game to me because my parents bought me a speaker which had a tape deck on the top and a microphone attached where I could raid my parents' tape collections and I could put a tape in on one side and play the music, and then I could record it onto another tape and sing over the top. So it was like a game when I was
Yeah,
little. And so I just started singing like that. And then by the time I was a little bit older, I realized that I could sing a little bit and that I enjoyed doing it. So it just grew from there, really.
yeah. Oh, so what kind of music were on the tapes?
All sorts of stuff. My dad was big into reggae. He was a huge Elvis Presley fan. He was a huge Bruce Springsteen fan. And my mum was into a lot of soul and Motown music. I do specifically remember singing Let's Stay Together by Al Green when I was a little kid. And
Okay.
as I was prepubescent, um, I could quite easily hit all the high notes. Little kid. Let's
Well, you can still get up there.
ah. Yeah, I've managed to maintain that, but I do remember it like just being effortlessly easy as a little kid because my voice was already so high, and I was like, and I
Oh,
remember my parents like being impressed and showing an interest in what I was doing, but I didn't think that it was anything that special really.
mm.
uh, until I got older, and I was like, oh, I wonder if it's because I just spent my time singing with that tape deck thing.
I mean, you never know. Never know. You may have had that voice without it. Um,
But we'll never know because that's the way it went down. So,
um, so a bit of a side, an odd question, just a curveball here. If you wanted to re-record any songs, I know you're very much into the blue sort of soul-y kind of vibe at the moment. If you wanted to re-record any song as a cover, in the big wide world, what would you choose?
um, there's a lot of songs that I would love to cover, but on this occasion, as it's the first one that came to my mind, I'm gonna say "A Change Is Gonna Come" by Sam Cooke, and that's mainly because I recently had a great experience. Busking in Waterloo Station,
Oh,
I had an encounter with a lady that turned out to be a soul singer called Madeline Bell, who sang A Change Is Gonna Come with me in the train station, gave me her card, and then I later discovered that she was a backing singer that had sung on lots of great songs in the 60s and 70s. She's an American soul singer who moved over to the UK in the 60s. So she ended up getting used by all the British bands as a backing singer. And among many other things, she was the female vocal on you can't always get what you want. So
Oh my
that
God,
was
okay.
quite a special moment. So I think if I could do anything, it could probably be a duet with Madeline Bell singing "A Change Is Gonna Come."
Not a bad shout. That must have been quite an experience getting to do that.
Oh, it was really good. And obviously, I had no clue who she was at the time, but she mentioned that she had met Sam Cooke and gave me her card. And I was like, well, I don't recognize her, but I bet she's done some cool stuff in her life. And when I looked her up, I was amazed to see what a rich career she had had.
Yeah. I mean, you never know who you're going to bump into when you're
No,
performing. Uh,
that's
that must have been really cool.
yeah, it was.
Um, so we're you mentioned about we talked about influence, we talked about your parents and the fact that you grew up singing on the tape decks. Um, when you when we're talking about influencing or other people who've influenced you, you classify your genre as soul,
Hmm.
and you're influenced by, and I'm taking this off Spotify, the Teskey Brothers,
Yeah.
is one, I think one of the ones you mentioned. What about the genre enticed you to write about this style? Was there anything specific
What
that,
about the genre? Sorry, what?
oh, so was there anything about the soul genre that like really pulled you in, wanting you to write about that style?
Um, I would say that my writing in terms of the lyrics really doesn't have to do with the style as much. It's like the writing is what I feel myself as a human being that I would like to share with the world,
Hmm.
or it's like stories or ideas that inspire me at any given moment. Like we wrote a song for the new album called Road Sweeper, and it just because we had a bit of a groove going with the band in the rehearsal studio that day, and I had been busking earlier that day and thought to myself how great all the road sweepers are, that they're so humble when they walk by, and that they're the angels of the high streets, and how the they create a much better and cleaner environment, just happily and humbly, quietly walking past and making the world a better place. So I wanted to write a song about that, which is also not only specific to road sweepers, but how you shouldn't judge someone by the profession that they have or judge
Mhm.
a book by its cover. A bit like the idea of the film Bruce Almighty, where Morgan Freeman is a janitor, but he's actually God. So you never know. God could be watching you at all times. But yeah, in terms of the style of soul music and what inspired me to write musically in that way,
Mm.
um, it's just because that's when it comes to singing, I don't think you can get a more expressive way to sing or a more beautiful medium than soul music.
Yeah. There is something about soul music as a genre and the way that people can express their vocals in the music. You can sort of lose yourself in the music when you're singing. It's a really beautiful genre to be able to perform in, to record in, to just completely immerse yourself in.
Yeah, it's definitely exactly that. And when I'm either listening to soul music or singing in a soul style, I feel like you can convey a lot of emotion that way.
Yeah. And speaking of emotion, because you mentioned about your messages and what you want to write about, you say you want to write about like themes like love and hope. Are there any other themes that you sort of feel come out in your music when you're writing the lyrics, when you're performing, um when you're just completely immersing yourself in your music?
Yeah, I think the idea of unity and community are two themes that I like to inspire with the music, either if it's through the lyrics or just the simple action of, getting people to sing all together on a song. Um, Being free and kind and coming together in harmony in the world. All the cliche things that soul singers have been singing about for generations.
Yeah. I mean, but the thing is, it never gets old, does it? The messages. Because it's the same message, but there's new ways of people putting it through and people writing about it and people singing about it.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. It's new ways and it's the same message, but at the same time, the message is still needed. Not
Mm.
enough has changed, not enough there's still evil in the world, there's still darkness in the world. So as long as there's evil and darkness, then you have to keep spreading the message of light and good.
Yeah, so that this kind of relays into the fact that you why you're wanting to write music then and why you're pushing this promotion of this kind of brand and this type of writing and this type of music. Is that right? This is you want to show the light, you want to show the positivity.
My philosophy, like for example, Donald Trump. Everyone wants to talk about Donald Trump and what an evil man he is, and he gets all this attention, and people want to shout and argue and fight back against it. And rather than create more negativity in hatred for something evil, I would rather create positivity by creating something beautiful and something alternative for people to look at and listen to than the bad and evil things that are going on in the world that
Yeah.
can only do so much to change. And so we might as well create an alternative reality for those that don't want to be a part of those things that want to be beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's quite as I mean using your words, it's quite a beautiful message to continually relay. Because there's not enough singers, like there's a lot of singers now. I mean, I don't listen to a lot of soul music. When I do, I really enjoy it. But I don't listen to a lot of modern soul music. A lot of it that I listen to is folk, rock, sometimes pop, and it's like not many people are continually just trying to push that positive spin and that positive message out there. But every time I listen to soul, that's one thing that I'm hearing in the lyrics and in the message that a lot of soul singers are putting forward, especially nowadays, from what I can hear in the soul music. And it is a very nice change of pace in music.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Yeah. So speaking of this, because when I was scrolling through your discography on Spotify, I was looking at your cover art for your songs and your EPs and your albums. Um, so like Breathe Easy, your EP, has tree bark as the album cover.
Yeah.
Um, Spreading Light has the ocean sort of painting with the sunrise above it. Is there any reason for that, or does it just work for the vibe of the music, and it fits well with the music? Or is it trying to emphasize the music and the lyrics, or
Well, I think with the tree bark, I just wanted something from the earth and natural, so you couldn't really get more appropriate than a tree. And also, if you're going to breathe easy, then you should have the best oxygen. So we need as many trees as we can to breathe
Mm,
easy. And with the painting, I thought it was a beautiful painting that a friend of mine did, and that it was showing the light shining through.
mm,
So they seemed appropriate at the time.
nice? Because yeah, a lot of the album covers that I'm seeing, you've got this nature in all of and you've got this theme of nature in there. And how does that sort of link? or how do you feel that links with the messages of love and hope and unity and community in your music?
Well, for me, being in touch with nature and living in amongst the nature is where I feel most at home and happiest. So it's a reflection also of, who I am as a person, and that like-minded people will connect with those themes when they see them, and hopefully those also connect to the messages that are shared in the music.
Nice, nice. So, talking a bit more on a wider range about you as an artist. So, you've worked with different artists in the studio
Mhm.
and live as well, such as Ernest Stewart on Breathe Easy with his
Yeah,
trombone, and Monica Vignoli. Am I saying that right?
Vignoli.
Vignoli on Rhea with her violin. What made you want
Yeah.
to work with those people? How did that come about with you working with those people?
So with Ernest Stewart, I had met him because he was touring with the Teskey brothers, and I'd been to a show of theirs in Manchester, and we happened to get talking after the show, and uh, it turned out that we were talking to two ladies that turned out to be actresses as well. One of them was Sharon Duncan Brewster, who has gone on to do quite a lot of great films, including the June film, the new June
Mm,
film. But I didn't know who she was at the time, and we all just went down to the a bar nearby and ended up talking the night away. And later on, the rest of the band, except the two brothers themselves, came down to the bar as well, and we had a good night and kept talking, and then we all stayed in touch. And then lockdown happened, and I was in the middle of making the Breathe Easy EP.
mm,
So I had written to Ernest, who is a professional horn player, to ask his advice on horn parts for the EP.
mm,
And so he recorded some what he called ideas, demos, because that was the best way to, describe what advice he would give.
mm,
And I wasn't expecting that. I expected him to like just give me some advice. So then when I heard his amazing trombone, I was like, so what am I going to do now? Am I going to go and find a trombone player and ask them to play it as well as like this absolutely top session trombone player? Or should I ask him if I can use what he's done? And he was more than happy to collaborate on the project. So we ended up using his takes, and he actually had recorded them in New York City. So it was all done remotely. Um, and then, yeah, of course, with Monica, I had met her through playing shows with a good friend called Blair Jollens, and she plays with many, many different people. She's a great player, but we'd met through gigging together basically. And so I knew that I wanted some kind of violin on that song.
mm.
So it was a natural option to work with Monica. And she's a lovely person and a great player. So she's from Las Palmas in the Canaries. So it's quite an international project. And Blair himself also helped out with some of the production on the EP. So it was a quite a like a family affair, if you want, if you can say so.
Oh, nice. And what because when you're writing music, I'm sure I found this, and I'm sure other people have found this when they're writing and producing the music. They the ideas behind having the instrumentation, what makes you think, oh yeah, this is a horn section. Oh yeah, this is where I need a stringed instrument come in. Where do those ideas sort of come in and you
I think it's all just the feeling of the song and what direction you want to take it in. Um, so you'll hear it and you'll feel it when you write the song. You know what kind of sound you're going for and how best to represent that. So whether whichever instruments you add will be inspired by the song and the way the song comes across when it leaves your mind and your body.
Oh, nice. So, speaking of instrumentation, I see you primarily play guitar,
Mhm.
which, if anyone hasn't seen Samuel play, I've been lucky enough to see Samuel play. He is incredible on guitar. Just similarly with your vocals, incredible. Are there any other instruments that you play as well as those two?
Well, firstly, you're very kind to compliment my guitar playing. It's not something that I am particularly confident with, and I certainly see myself primarily as a singer rather than a guitar player. But it's always nice to experiment on lots of different instruments and also to write on instruments as well. So I've done some writing with keys before. Not that, again, not that I'm particularly great keys player, but it's nice to write with sometimes.
Hmm.
I play a bit of harmonica. I can play the bass. There's a few instruments that I can play, I can dabble with, but mostly stick to guitar, sometimes write with keys and play a bit of harmonica.
Oh, nice. It's always nice
Mm.
having a wide range of instrumentation that you can, I mean, even if you're not 100% confident on, to lean on and be able to just pull in and be like, oh yeah, this is a good idea. Let's try this.
Yeah, like sometimes I'll write a song on keys that ends up evolving into something different, but
Hmm.
it found its start on the keyboard.
Yeah.
On, you know.
Nice. So, your voice has been described, as pure soul, for example, to go back to your vocals. What do you interpret as pure soul?
I wouldn't know how to answer that one. When people make these statements, I can only take it as a compliment, really.
Hmm.
Uh, and if you're talking about soul singing, then a pure soul singer, you probably can't get better than Aretha Franklin
Hmm.
or Al Green or Sam Cooke. Those people are the pure soul singers.
Hmm.
I'm doing my own interpretation, which borrows from soul, but it borrows from so many other places and inspirations also. So
Oh,
I'll
nice.
say that I'm pure of anything. I'm mixed of so many.
You're pure Samuel Ashton. That's what he is.
There we go. Yeah.
So before we move on to your music, because you've been touring, you're doing performing all over, you have recorded a lot of music and worked with a lot of people. What advice would you give to new artists who are just starting out as someone who's gone through and has established themselves?
I think just keep playing music and doing it for the love of music and doing what you enjoy and don't let your inhibitions or your fears hold you back. Don't be afraid of criticisms and don't be afraid to, you know, take risks and explore
Hmm.
with what you're doing because all of these things that we seek validation from making our music And whatever we're doing in life, that we want the feedback to show us, that we're worth something or that it's good what we're doing. Really, for me, that's not really that important, because the important thing is that you are connecting with yourself and your own feelings and emotions, and you're finding a way to express them. And if that means something to you, it really doesn't matter what it means to the next person. And if it does mean something to them and then they can connect with it, then that's absolutely beautiful and brilliant. But too many people will give up on what they want to do because they're told that they're no good, or that it hasn't connected with the people in the right way. And that, for me, it's not really as important as the person just doing it for the love and expressing it themselves in the way that they want to. No one should tell you that you're doing it wrong or that you're no good. It's like, that's why things like open mics are so good, because people can express themselves and find a platform to start out from, and
Yeah,
without judgment, it should be anyway.
yeah. And if anyone, I believe, I don't know whether you're doing the one really good one to go to is Joe Corbin's open mic night at the Sir Richard Steele's on Wednesdays. It's a very
Yeah,
friendly place. That's how Samuel and I met. It's a very friendly place to go, and Joe is incredible. Um,
yeah,
so definitely go check out open mics because all the hosts are very friendly. All the people there are friendly because they may be like you just starting out. Um, so yeah, definitely just don't hold back. Just go head first straight in and learn. It's a learning experience.
definitely.
So I've picked out three songs ahead of this ahead of the interview. Um, so the first one that we'll listen to is if we cast our minds back to 2018. Um,
Okay.
and it's Send Me Angels.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
It's a long and lonely road, rolling on, and it's been harder, Lord, since she's been gone. Don't wanna fall, Lord, don't let me fall, Lord, don't let me fall. Don't wanna fall, Lord, don't let me fall, Lord, don't let me fall. Send me angel, come on, save my soul. Send me angels, come on, save my soul. Send me angels, come on, save my, come on, save. Send me angels, come on, save my, come on, save. Can't save my soul. Can't save my soul. Can't save my soul.
Nice. So I don't know whether you did listen to any of series one, Samuel, but one of the artists that we had on it was an artist named Matt Clark, and he does he writes congregational worship music, and funnily enough, he's also from Kent. Um, and I want to know, is there some sort of um I don't know how I've managed to stumble into two artists who are talking about angels and spirits and that kind of, maybe not themes, but do you think there may be a reason why people from Kent maybe are a bit more like that than people from London?
No, none whatsoever. I don't think that there's any connection between your geographical location and those kind of themes. I think that it's just purely coincidence, and that people from anywhere, no matter where you are, you can be connected to spirituality and to angels.
Nice.
Angels are everywhere.
So so here we hear you singing about your soul and asking for angels to come and basically come and rescue you. Is that you writing in a time where you needed that sort of support and you need that sort of music allowed you to elevate yourself in a positive light?
Yeah, at the time I was in Peru, I had been traveling for a very long time. And at that time, I was traveling by myself and I had a lot of things going on inside me. I'd spent a lot of time with indigenous groups and taking part in ceremonial practices and learning all about who I was as a person and uncovering the layers of myself and seeing things that I needed to heal. And at that particular time, I felt a bit overwhelmed by all of that. So that's where the inspiration for the song came from.
Nice. And I mean, we'll probably delve into this in the next two songs as well, but do
Mhm.
you sort of find yourself using your music and using your experiences, or using your experiences to then write the music to sort of oh, sorry, my words escaped me there for a second. Uplift
Mhm.
yourself. Um,
Yeah, definitely use the music as a tool to process feelings and emotions, and sometimes even to move past a time of your life, or even just to document a time of your life.
hmm,
Those are all good reasons to write a song.
yeah. It's funny. I've mentioned this a few times, especially in the first series. I describe an artist's Spotify discography or any sort of streaming platform, their discography, as sort of like normal people just scrolling through their camera roll. Like th those experiences are, you can listen to your music, you can listen back to it, and it's just like that was that time.
Yeah, that's a pretty good analogy you've got there.
On that note, we're going to listen to the second one on the list. I don't know whether if I mentioned it previously, but Send Me Angels was from October 2018. Um, the next one we've got is Healer, which is December 2022. So we'll have a listen to that and then we'll pop back and then we'll have a chat about it. And yeah,
Great.
How long can you feel this way? How long can you keep pushing me another day. I won't make one more day. I can feel the healing rising inside, picking up the pieces, your shattered mind. Tell me you're feeling flowing through to you. Another heals me, heal you too. Tell me you feel it. 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 You know, I can be a healer, baby. Your heart is deep enough for two. I can be a healer, honey. Come and let me through to you. Love is a gift. No, you just can't buy. Solace is a breath that Lord, bring new life. You can't hide. You gotta let me in. Time has come. Lord, for the healing to begin. I can feel the healing rise inside, picking up the pieces of your shattered mind. Tell me you feel it flow through to you. The love that heals me, heal you too. Heal. I can be a healer, baby. Heart is deep enough for two. I can be a healer, honey. Come let me through to you. I can be a healer, baby. My heart is deep enough for two. I can be a healer, honey. Come let me through to you. Come let me in. Come let me
Nice. I really enjoyed that one.
Oh, I'm glad you like it, man.
So a few questions. So this female singer in the background vocals, who was that?
Well, I think we actually had three singers on that EP, uh, but the lead backing singer, if you like, is a girl called Maddie Broad, who's a very old friend of mine, and she kind of coordinated the backing singing. And we had the guitar player I was playing with at the time was a girl called Rachel Vernal, who also did the backing vocals, and a solo artist called Nancy Okai
Oh,
also sang.
nice. Well,
Yeah.
hats off to all three of them because like they crushed it. That was the backing vocals were just I'm trying to find it. The best word that I can that's popping into my head is divine. I really enjoyed the
Oh,
backing vocals. And then you in this song, not only the backing vocals to sort of emphasize the track, we then had the flute in there as well, playing
yeah.
alongside the guitars, which worked amazingly well.
Mhm.
Like the whole track sort of came together, and it was amazing. Um,
Oh,
so
thanks, man. The
do you
flute,
want to? Yeah, go on.
the flute was played by another good friend of mine called Jules Madjar, who can play more instruments than anyone I've met before. He's pretty much a genius.
Yeah, I've got a friend like that as well, and I'm always in awe. He picks up whatever instrument is in front of him and he just plays it, and it's insane. Insane and inspiring.
Yeah.
Um, so do you want to give a bit of background behind Healer and how that came about?
You mean the song itself or the recording of the song or
More the inspiration. I mean, the inspiration probably will lead into talking about the writing and producing of it, but I want to hear more about the idea behind it.
um the idea behind the lyrics is because I spent a lot of my life pursuing the idea of healing yourself, and I actually believe that we come to this planet, and we're one of our main roles or purposes is a journey of healing because we're all born with traumas that we've had passed on from our past generations, and then we'll collect more and inflict more as we live through life. And I believe in reincarnation, so I feel like the more you can do to heal yourself in this lifetime, the better you'll begin the next.
Hmm.
And that ultimately, if you can grow spiritually and heal yourself, then you'll be free from the traumas of the physical world, I guess.
Ah, yeah, I mean, it ties in perfectly with everything that you've created as your brand, as an artist and as you as a person, which is amazing. Um, and th this song, because it came out in December 2022. Am I right in saying that you probably wrote it a little bit before that, when you were
Yeah.
probably just coming out of the lockdown, after, or anyway, like maybe a little bit of time had passed past the lockdown. Um, but maybe you wrote it during the lockdown. Am I right in saying that, or just after?
Um, it was probably around that time. I don't
Mm.
remember exactly when I wrote the song, but I think it was probably before lockdown,
Mm.
but just before. Not,
Okay.
I don't think it was during it.
Okay. So, on that note, because I'm anxious to hear more of more of your music, because like the more I listen to your music, I want to immerse myself in it more and
Okay,
more. Um, so
that's good.
the final song we're going to listen to is Let Love In, and you released that in June 2023.
Mhm.
And yeah, let's just immediately jump straight into it so we can hear more of the music.
Great.
Lay it down on me, lay your love on me. Lay it down on me, lay your love on me. Because you ain't got no other living place to be. Drop it down on me, let it rain on me. Drop it down on me,
Nice. So that was Let Love In. Um,
Yeah.
so I again with the backing vocals, the horns, the keys in there as well, the synths. Um, you just it's amazing how much you've managed to fit in to this one song. And maybe it's worked because as you said, you're doing it based on the feeling. You're not overthinking it. You're just going in there with the feeling of the music.
Yeah. Well, that's basically all that I do with any song. So that song obviously wanted a lot of feeling, so it got a lot of instruments and a lot of people expressing themselves on it.
Yeah. You shared the love across all the instruments. You didn't keep it to one.
Yeah, you got
Um,
love in, so
yeah. So what was the where did this song start? Maybe did it start with the lyrics and it then evolved or
yeah, I think so. Each song is different with that, which one comes first, but yeah, it's just the idea that a lot of people struggle to let love into their life, whether it's the love of a romantic partner or the love of a mother or father or the love of friends. Some people are closed off and don't allow love into their lives because they're struggling with whatever they've got going on for themselves and they don't have enough love for themselves, and that's a very unhealthy place to be. So to become healthy, you should start by letting love in.
yeah. Or the love of a pet. We saw your I saw your very cute dog during
Yeah,
listening to that.
yeah. Well, I agree with Ricky Gervais that dogs are the best things that exist, and like I said about the song Angels Fly and how even if we can be angels for a day, we can make a difference. And it's impossible for us humans to be angels every day,
Mm,
but it's for animals, it just comes naturally.
yeah. Yeah. It's this thing, isn't it, that animals can somehow sense how we're feeling during the day, and they try and mirror it to try and help us.
Yeah. Um, like if me or my partner fell down, then we'll come up and give us hugs and show love to make us feel
Adorable.
better. Yeah.
Um, so I just wanted to round off because I don't think there's anything which I can really say about the song which people won't be able to say themselves and enjoy themselves. Um, so before I wrap it up, I just wanted to ask, I mean this interview will come out early 2025. We're of course recording this in December 2024. For context for everyone, me rambling. Um, is there anything you would like to plug? Any shows in 2025 that you know you're doing that you want people to sort of come out and hear your music live?
I don't have any specific shows to plug. Wherever you are, whenever you are, it would be great if you come and see us live at a show sometime. And also, I believe that we should be completing our album next year, so keep a lookout for the new album coming out next year.
Nice. And of course, Samuel Ashton's Instagram handle will be below his video, same as all the other YouTube clips. If you're listening on Spotify, Samuel, do you want to just say what your Instagram handle is so people can find you?
Yeah, it's underscore Samuel underscore Ashton underscore.
Nice. So that's where you can find Samuel. And yeah, thank you for everyone for tuning in to series two so far. I'm surprised we've managed to make it into series two. Um, I'm glad series one went well.
Why
Um,
are you surprised?
Building a new platform is never easy. So it's great that people are wanting to listen in and wanting to hear from new artists, which is amazing. So Thank you so much for everyone listening in to see Series 2, Episode 2 with Samuel Ashton. If you haven't already, make sure you go and check out Episode 1 of Series 2 with Matthew Gokhan. And for Episode 3, upcoming next week, we have got the amazing Fragile Youth with Joe talking about ambient music. So if you're interested in ambient music, feel free to have a listen to that. And yeah, again, thank you everyone for joining and listening in to series 2 so far. And I hope you enjoy all the upcoming episodes in series 2. Thank you so much and see you next time.